Hi, these are my FPV cameras. They're all under $30. Let's start out with this guy. This is the Crazy Pony All-in-One AIO. The reason why I like this is it's very, very light. It's only 3.5 grams, has a linear antenna, it's 25 milliwatts, and 25 milliwatts can go about a football field line of sight. 50 feet if you're flying indoors with the walls and all. It depends on what kind of wall. This is great for whooping a quadcopter like this F36. It also comes with a mount so that you can mount the camera on the E010 F36 or the H36, and it also comes with cables so you can cable it up to your quad also. The next one that I have is the QX95 type. It's a FPV camera for the QX95. It's an all-in-one. It's a circular polar antenna, 25 milliwatts. It's 5 grams. Has a good picture, but has tadpoles or sperms in the picture. Let me show you an example. Let me power it up. It has a pretty good picture, but when you go into a dark area, it creates these things that look like tadpoles or sperms, and it's not that noticeable unless you're flying in a very dark area and you see these tadpoles or sperms. It's kind of crazy. That one is $25 on Banggood. The next one is the one that I use outdoors all the time. It's the TX-02. It's an all-in-one center polarized antenna. It's 200 milliwatts, which is good. It can go several football fields at 200 milliwatts. It's only 4.5 grams. And like I say, I use it outdoors. It's $19 to $25 on Banggood. You can find it on sale for $19 sometimes. The next one that I have is the EF01, and I mounted it on the SEMA X11. It had a circular polarized antenna, but that got all banged up, so I turned it into a linear antenna. The disadvantage, this is 25 milliwatts. The disadvantage to this is that it's very heavy. It's 8 grams. You need something bigger to fly it with, like I'm flying it with this SEMA X11. They make a newer model called the EF02, which is much lighter. You can get this on Banggood for about $25. The next one is a combination. What I have here is the camera. This is a 600 line camera, very good camera. And what I have here is the VTX, the video transmitter. And the antenna. It's a 600 TV line camera, 170 degrees wide angle lens, and it's called, the VTX is VTX01, made by Eachine. Has a linear antenna, it's 25 milliwatts, and it's 6 grams. You can get it on Banggood for about $18, the combination. And there's several advantages in having a combination like that. The next one that I have, or the last one I should say, is this guy, which is my worst one. This came out of a Cheerson CX-10D. It's an FPV system that comes with a monitor and all, and the quad. It needs a wide angle lens. The problem with these ones that are built by the manufacturer is that they put these pinhole cameras, and you really don't have any type of wide angle. So you need to install a wide angle lens. This is about 18 grams now. Now that I added this wide angle lens, 15 grams maybe. I had a WL Toys 686. It's an FPV system, but it flew away. It was a flyaway, so I lost it. The best one that I have is this guy right here. Is the Crazy Pony, mainly because it's very light at 3.5 grams, has a linear antenna, which I like better than the circular polarized because they they can withstand several crashes. The second one that comes in second place is probably this combination. It's the 600 line, 170 degree wide angle lens, the VTX01. I've built 3 of these already, and some advantages to it is that it's very, very, very good in low light conditions. It turns into a black and white image, but the image is very crisp. It's kind of like a night vision kind of camera. It's that good. I put one of these cameras in my Quanum goggles, and now it has a front-facing camera, and plus it has a microphone built into it, this little guy right here, that you can record audio. So now my Quanum Cyclops goggles is a camcorder. I can use it as a camcorder, and that's really good. The biggest advantage to this is it's separate pieces. It's not sandwiched together like these are. So you can mount this guy, like for instance, you can mount this guy underneath, like under here, and it's completely protected by the quad itself. And you can mount this guy somewhere else and have it totally protected by the quad shell. And that's a big advantage to these. The one that comes in third place is the outdoor one. This guy. It's a 200 milliwatts, several football fields, and what I did to it is I added a little plate underneath here so that it can be easily mounted to a quad. Let me show you how I mount it. It's real easy. The disadvantage to this is that at 200 milliwatts, you need to supply a battery. So what you'll need to do is put a battery underneath and then power it to the leads. But once it's mounted, it's very secure. It's not going anywhere. And I always use rubber bands to do my FPV mounting. Just light and easy. I recommend that you add a beeper to the quad and a DVR recorder. And the reason why I say that is for when you lose it or when it's down. It's easier to find. I do most of my outdoor flying in a big orange grove. Before, when I lost the quad, I had to wait for it to get dark so I could see the quad LEDs. It was a real pain in the butt. Now I have a beeper and a DVR footage. The best time to fly is early in the morning or an hour before dusk. There when the wind is the lowest. I will leave down in the comments where you can buy those 3 that I recommend. These guys. The mods that I did for the Crazy Pony, I had to solder the cable on for the connection, and the Crazy Pony comes with cables, so that was convenient. I also paint the polarity side, or the one side of the connector, so that I can tell polarity. I always tape the bottom. I bought one of these and it burned up, and the reason why it burned up It's because I didn't put a piece of tape here at the bottom. So that's to separate the circuit board for the quad from the circuit board for the camera. For some reason it shorted out and burnt up the camera, and I had to get a new one. So put that piece of tape there. I do this for all my quads. All the AIO cameras, I put that tape and I paint. For the QX95, I had to glue the center polarized antenna. These center polarized antennas, they work well, but they're not durable for crashes. So what you have to do is put a glob of glue here at where the connections are so that it withstands crashes better. I also did the mods that I mentioned that I do to this guy. For the TX02, you have to solder the cable connector on, and then something else that I do, of course, glue the center here for the circular polarized, and then I glued a plate onto the bottom, and I put little grooves in here to hold the rubber bands so the rubber bands won't slip off. It just makes it real convenient. You can put it on multiple quads, and you just need rubber bands for mounting. I use rubber bands for all my mounting because they're light. For instance, I don't use the camera mount that comes with the Crazy Pony, simply because it adds an extra gram to the a quad. And what's the reason for buying a super light camera when you have an extra gram? So I just use rubber bands for all my mounting. The EF01, I had to do the same things. It was a circular polarized. I turned it into a linear because it broke so often. I had to solder the leads to the bottom of the camera port for the SEMA X11. Leave your comments or questions in the comment section below, and thanks for watching. Please click on the like button, comment, and subscribe.